WB and Avalanche have introduced us to over 20 characters that are going to be in Hogwarts Legacy, and while we don't know all the little details about each of them, we do have a general sense of who they will be during our magical adventure. In this video, I'll run you through all the confirmed characters that will be in Hogwarts Legacy and all the information we have on them so far. Let's get right into it and talk nerdy. Starting off with the big bad, Ranrock, the leader of the Goblin Rebellion. We see Ranrock multiple times throughout the March Hogwarts Legacy State of Play, where we learn that the real premise of the game is the uprising of a Goblin Rebellion. While many covering the game don't actually think that Ranrock is the true villain, that is how he has been portrayed up to this point. We have a clash with Ranrock in what many think is Gringotts Bank, and also see him talking to another villain, Victor Rookwood. Rookwood seems to be the leading grunt employed by Ranrock that is tasked to help him find and capture you. For those of you thinking, man, the name Rookwood sounds familiar, it should. Victor Rookwood is a presumed ancestor of Augustus Rookwood, who was a known Death Eater in the Harry Potter franchise. Now, we don't know how the next three characters will fall in terms of good or evil, but we do know that the confirmed house companions will mold our adventure one way or another. The Slytherin companion Sebastian Sallow is a charming and extroverted boy who loves getting into trouble. He has a troubling family secret, and his twin sister Anne, who we will get to in just a moment, suffers from a mysterious curse that has led Sebastian to turn to the dark arts to find a cure. During his questline, we have an opportunity to learn the unforgivable curse, Crucio. Poppy Sweeting is our bright, compassionate Hufflepuff companion that loves caring for magical creatures. In fact, her love for these creatures has led her to believe that they have more redeeming qualities than most people, and she hates, I repeat, hates poachers. So don't let her see you mistreating these fantastic beasts. I may be the bus driver on this, but I think that Poppy will end up being evil. Natsai Onai is our quick-witted Gryffindor companion that has a need to seek justice. She is transferring from the largest wizarding school, Wagadu, in Matabele Land, Africa, as she came to Scotland when her mother took the job as the divination professor at Hogwarts. We don't know much about Natsai to this point, but she helps us save Highwing the Hippogriff in a mission that we have seen a few times throughout the trailers. One of the most interesting characters that we have seen is Professor Eleazar Fig. While many have thought that he was an ancestor of Harry's squib neighbor Arabella Fig from the Harry Potter franchise, he is not. Their last names are spelled differently unless Avalanche made a mistake. We have seen him littered throughout the trailers, yet we know very little about him. He seems to pick us up and take us on a mission before we even get to Hogwarts. We don't know his house or what he teaches, but there is a theory out there that he is the actual villain and that he is helping Ranrock. Sticking with the Hogwarts staff for the next few characters, our Charms professor is Abraham Ronan, who is a Slytherin and who could possibly be the head of Slytherin House. This was confirmed first during the Autodesk presentation, as we see a full list of professors, and they took time breaking down Professor Ronan's outfit. Professor Hecat, this woman right here, is our new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Her name was actually confirmed in a series of posts over on the official Hogwarts Legacy Instagram page. The post read, "The classroom was made for mischief, like meddling with Professor Hecat's Hebridean black skeleton." We saw her helping a student from getting crushed by this skeleton and pitting you and Sebastian against each other for a duel. Based on Hogwarts Legacy being set in the 1890s, we assume that one of the professors could be Phineas Nigellus Black, and many thought it would be this man right here. After a frame-by-frame dissection of the Autodesk presentation, we found out that this man is actually Professor Sharp, based on the script saying, "Potion Intros, Professor Sharp." We also see a few other names here, like the previously mentioned Professor Hecat, Natsai, aka Natty, and even a new character named Teague that we have no other information about. In a separate social media post that read, "Ask about Sharp Auror Badge," we learned that our potions master has an adventurous past, and I cannot wait to explore it. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please consider subscribing and smash that thumbs up button, as it helps push my video out to more people. Any support you're willing to give my channel is greatly appreciated. Starting our spooky crew off with the most boring professor around, Professor Binns. Fans of the Harry Potter franchise learned his story as the droning history of magic professor that died while teaching a class and has retained his post even as a ghost. I always got the sense that he would just sit in his chair not moving while he taught, but we see here that he was a bit more mobile with his younger age. The Hufflepuff ghost, the Fat Friar, is part of a very quick scene where there's way too much to look at, but nonetheless, he is in the game. Nearly Headless Nick, or Sir Nicholas, is the most well-known of the house ghosts from the Harry Potter movies, and it looks like he is taking us to a Death Day party here in this scene. This not only confirms that the helpful Gryffindor ghost is in the game, but also that these ghosts may all have side quests that we can explore. The Wizarding World's favorite poltergeist is also confirmed through one of the social media posts saying, "Avoid Peeves at all costs." We originally saw him giving Sebastian a hard time in the library during the state of play, and while we could all see him and assume it was him, it wasn't confirmed until months later. He seems to be filling the role of some sort of guard that will pester you when you are sneaking around the castle, and you will need to avoid him to avoid trouble. The Wizarding World is full of iconic characters, but very few minor characters are more recognizable than the Fat Lady. The Protector of Gryffindor was shown to give students access to the book-accurate iteration of the Gryffindor Common Room. All the common rooms look stunning, and it's good to see that they are sticking to the lore of the original series. While Dobby is a fan favorite of the Harry Potter movie watchers and book readers alike, Deke looks to be our version of a helpful house elf that could end up saving us much like Dobby. He shows us the room of requirements and may even let us visit him in the Hogwarts kitchen. The next few characters have been shown and are confirmed to be in the game, but I'll be using a bit of educated speculation to give them names. After learning about Sebastian and his desire to do anything to save his twin sister, many jumped on board saying that this girl here is his twin sister Anne that has a mysterious curse, and this man here is either their father or legal guardian. If this scene is at Hogwarts, we can guess that he may also be the groundskeeper where he lives on campus and can keep watch of his sick child. The name of the Hogwarts headmaster hasn't been confirmed yet, but during the Autodesk presentation we saw the name Professor Black. We all assumed that Phineas Nigellus Black would be in the game based on the timeline, and after we found out that this was Professor Sharp, Phineas Nigellus Black is likely to be this man here, as him being the headmaster fits the timeline and makes sense for him to be part of the sorting ceremony. Along with the rest of the staff, there are a few professors that we don't have names for. The Flying Professor, the Herbology Professor, and the Divination Professor, Notsai's mother. We see the Flying Instructor here, which is also confirmed to be a class that you can take in-game. The Herbology Professor is seen during a full intro sequence, and many assumed that she would be the teased Weasley based on her red hair, but that is actually this woman here. I'm not sure what role she will play, but Miss Weasley seems to be important as she is sticking the sorting hat on your head. If you've watched a couple of my videos before, we have talked about this woman right here behind the sorting ceremony being Notsai's mother, the Divination Professor. I'm totally on board with this, and I think it's going to be true. Cassandra Mason is the last named character that we officially have, but we don't have a good look at her. We see her in the trailer for the Haunted Hogsmeade quest as she is trying to sell you her shop, Stitches and Drafts. Something definitely isn't right with her, and I cannot wait to overcome the challenges that come along with this mission when the game finally releases. I know you probably didn't miss many of these characters, but I wanted to put them all in one video just like I did over here in this video, talking about all of the Hogwarts Legacy announcements from the month of October that you might have missed. Go ahead and give it a watch. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.